Hi there, Pastor Patrick here. Well, it's time for our daily word. Is the title of our topic today catchy? How to win through life. Well, I just thought it'd be a catchy title. For one, there's a lot of best-selling books out there that almost had a similar theme, right? Winning, winning in life. Of course, who wants to lose in life, right? So it's almost like a no-brainer. We all would like to win not just at the end of life, but all throughout life as we journey through life. So that is a wonderful aspiration, I believe. One of those best-selling books that I've come across sometime in the past is that of Stephen Covey. I don't know if you know him. Stephen Covey is the author of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's a bestseller. Just tells you many people would like to be winners. Many people would like to be effective, right? And one of those key things that he said there for people to truly be effective is for them to be proactive. Proactive means you begin with the end in mind, right? Of course, that desired end is a winning end, and as you figure out what kind of end and winning end would you like to have, you work backwards up to where you are today, so you will know what to do, forward. More like a roadmap of some sorts, and that I believe is good. But today's passage, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 28, tells us that there are two kinds of people in life. There's the winner in God's terms, and there's the loser. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 28 has these words to say. It says, the hopes of the godly result in happiness. Or in other words, gladness or joy, right? And that, as far as God is concerned, is the winner. Contrasting it to the loser. The loser here is the one whose expectations come to nothing. And Scripture calls that group of people the wicked. So see the contrast there? There's the godly and there's the wicked. The godly, as Scripture says, results in happiness. Their life results in happiness. The wicked, their life comes to nothing, comes to futility. And I believe we don't want that to happen. But see what makes all this great difference between the godly and that of the wicked. It is really basically on where they have laid their life, or what they have made as a foundation for their lives, right? And that's why what you find here is the words hopes and expectations. The godly hopes, the wicked has expectations. Now, what do we mean by that? Is there a difference between the two? Well, hopes for me is more of tempered by faith and rest, right? The godly has put one's faith and chooses to experience rest from day to day on someone, and that is God, right? Godly. Okay. Now, the wicked has expectations. It's almost similar, and yet when you look at it, it's really more of work, much of work and stress. Hope is more of faith and rest. Expectation is more of work and a whole lot of stress. Isn't that what the wicked do? Isn't that people without God do? They try to depend on themselves, try to depend on their own efforts, and try to depend on their own resources, and try to depend on their own passions and dreams and pursuits. And that's self-sufficiency there. And they're driven, right? They work hard for it. And because they work hard for it, they have expectations that it will deliver the results that they would like to have and to achieve and to enjoy for as long as they want it. Right? So there's the difference there. The godly puts its hope, puts its faith in God, and is able to rest. And the result is that of happiness, right? The wicked works hard, stresses it out, has expectations, and yet Scripture is honest to say, you know what? It still all amounts to nothing. Which kind of life would you like to have then? Would you like to be a winner in the sense that you experience gladness, happiness, and joy? Or would you rather be a person who, at the end of the day, after all the work and the stress, you still end up with nothing? See, the Bible is honest to say it's only the godly who has put their hope in God who will truly experience joy, gladness, or happiness. Why is that so? It's because in God, there's security. You know, God is secure. He is unchanging. He is who He is, as He says He is in His Word. He never ever fails. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Right? Scripture tells us He is the winner. When all things have been said and done, God remains. He is unchanging and He remains victorious. We as Christians look into Scripture and we're encouraged to know, as a revelation has been shown us, that He is the winner. At the end, He will reign as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. In the end, His purposes prevail. In the end, you know, even through difficulty and suffering and pain, amounts to His glorious revelation of who He truly is, His goodness, His love, His faithfulness for all eternity. See, we who have put our hope, our faith in God is on the winning side. Looking into Revelation, we see that, right? We also are on the winner's side. The winner, God Himself, is working out things, causing out things in our lives, even the difficult things, even the painful things, to work out for good. And that realization allows us to rest, allow us to still be joyful, be glad, even through all this. We can still be happy to know that this is not going to end in defeat, but something wonderful will come out of this for God's greatest glory. There's so many verses in Scripture that tells us that we can consider it pure joy, even if we go through some trials and difficulties, because it produces good fruit. And so much of those fruit that gives God great praise and glory. See, that's the difference between the godly. The godly has put their faith in God and is not able to rest and understand that at the end of all this, even though we go through all this, there's greater joy up ahead. And you know what I remember? See, for the godly, things are only getting much better and better and better as the days and years and seasons go by, right? Again, looking at it from the vantage point of our lives, even the difficulty produces something that gets better and better in our own character, but it also leads to a greater victory in the end when we find all this making fuller sense in the very presence of God for eternity. So it's a growing good thing, and that should create great excitement in us. In contrast to that, I don't want to forget this, is that of the wicked. See, the wicked has put its expectations on something that is not secure, right? Because if the only thing you got isn't God, but things, money, position, possession, favor, connections, we all know we're not born yesterday. These things come and go, right? These things come and go. And so there's always that stress. There's always that wanting to hold on to these things or to take on some more and hoard some more because we know it can be gone tomorrow. There's no rest there. It's all but stress, right? But we also know, Scripture also says, all these will just pass away. I mean, even precious metal, they rust, right? They decay, or they can get burned, or they can get stolen. Even the newest model of car you can purchase, the very moment you take it out of the casa, is the English for casa, take it out there, it starts depreciating, right? Any clothing you got, it starts depreciating. If you're the only thing you got is health, it can be good today, bad tomorrow. All right? And so it is diminishing in itself. It's never stable, it's never secure. And scripture says there is a time that all these will be gone. All these will be gone. There's none of this that you have today that will be brought with you into eternity, wherever that eternity would be. Right? And for the wicked, of course, that's an eternity apart, away from God, separated from God. And it's nothing there, nothing. Right? Unlike the godly, as I said a while ago, everything is progressively getting good and wonderful, and we see a clearer picture of everything, and we just say, wow. But for the wicked, everything is diminishing, everything diminishing. Their age is their age is somewhat diminishing, right? Their strength is diminishing. Their beauty, their luster, their youthfulness is diminishing. Their resources, it also diminishes. They spend it here and there, it diminishes. And the value of their resources, they diminish. Their connections, they also diminish. You know, it's all like a downward spiral, I would like say. And it all amounts to nothing. And that's not what we want, right? That's not how to win through life. All right? So consider Proverbs 10:28. What kind of life would you really like to live? Would you like to win through life? Would you like to win the way God makes you win? Then here's the truth there. Would you like to be a godly person or a wicked person? A person who has put their faith and rest in the Lord, which is secure, which is eternal, or the one who chooses to go there, live their own life apart from God, hold on to the things that they can try to work for and stress it out, only to find out it just diminishes and diminishes up to nothing. I pray you reflect on these truths, and I pray if this stirs a desire in you to draw closer to the Lord, feel free to let us know, right? Write it in the comment box or message me in any way, and I'll be delighted to just show you, lead you to the way, the truth, and the life, and that is Jesus Christ. God bless you.